Hello, it is me, Lucy, and/or also known as the MT Rap Coach, with another mini lesson for your Monday. Woo! That's a bit of a jingle on a budget, isn't it? Can we just appreciate that the jeans are back, but I've also done my makeup and washed my hair today? What is happening to me in isolation? It's like I care about my appearance. Why? Alright, so today's mini lesson is all about books. Even if you're not feeling particularly creative or particularly awesome, you can always sit down and read a little book. So here's just a few books that I've got to get you started, inspired, all that. I'm just gonna jump straight in. Book number one, it is The Right to Speak by Patsy Rodenberg. This is a voice book. It's a book about the voice, mainly about speaking, but it does have relevance to the sung voice as well. So if you're kind of just getting into voice work, this is really, really good. It's also really empowering as well. I found it really empowering to read. This was one of the first voice books I think I ever read. I think it's the first one I picked up back in the day. And I really connect with this book probably the most out of any of the other books. Mainly because it isn't just full of vocal exercises. The first half is talking about how your life essentially affects your voice and how the way your body is, what you've been through in the past, all of that, and how that affects your voice today, which I found really, really interesting. Because as an 18-year-old that just jumped out of high school and basically just sung for the absolute lols and had kind of no self-awareness, it kind of brought in some more self-awareness to do with vocal work and kind of how my past might affect how I sing today, and so you don't just get in your own head. I find this one, out of all the major vocal health books, I think this is the easiest read. That's that. This one I spoke about in another one of my other videos. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is just an awesome book in general, but I think for right now it is particularly awesome because there's kind of been a bit of pressure on our routines and creating new routines, creating new habits, and I think this is a good one to read because we have so much time to establish new habits, but also to read before you get back into your normal life, so then you can kind of choose what you want to include, what you want to get rid of when you get to that. There's a lot of different. He really breaks down what a habit is, why we do it. I read this at the start of isolation, towards the start, and it's really, honestly, really set me up with a lot of great habits and a great routine that I've got myself into. So it's working for me right now, and it kind of has got me thinking into the future of okay, how can I keep some of these habits into the rest of my life? And my last recommendation is Too Much Is Not Enough by Andrew Reynolds. If you don't know who Andrew Reynolds is, he is a performer. He does a lot of music theatre. He's done a bit of TV as well. Probably best well known for his role in the Book of Mormon. This is his biography, which is very interesting and a very good read as an aspiring professional, because it just kind of reminds you that people that are successful are not, they didn't get like the rainbow path. It just reminds you that we are all on our own journeys, and there are many ups and downs and sideways and this ways and all of that. This guy has been through some stuff. He's been through some hectic stuff. Not just in performing sense in his life, but also in performing sense. Anyway, it's very interesting to know the ins and outs of someone who's successful, because it kind of shows you that actually they're not so different to you and where you're at now. We are all just frickin' working it out. So it's a really nice read if you're feeling, particularly during this time, if you're feeling frustrated that you're not doing anything, frustrated that you're not at the place in the industry that you want to be. It's also just interesting. Oh, then it's also just good. It's cool. So, very short and sharp, read. That's my lesson to you today. Read some books. Okay, cute. I'll see you next week. Bye.